This year sucks. That's all I'm going to say. We need a do-over. Can we start it over?
I'm afraid, unfortunately, none of us own a time machine. But if we did, there would be a couple of Americans alive today who aren't now. We are shockingly less than a week from the murder of Alex Preddy. And I have to tell you, tonight on Capitol Hill, the Democrats actually stood up and forced a vote to separate out the ICE DHS budget. And God bless them. But the fight is not over, folks. This organization, no matter what Trump has done with moving Dildo Baggins, e.g. Greg Bovino, out of Minneapolis and putting Tom Homan in, this is not over yet. They're waiting for us to go to sleep again. They're waiting for people to back off again. But ICE is a secret police force in this country who is hunting license to murder Americans. And I'm not down for it.
Yeah, I think the turning point was seeing three things, right? It's Alex Preddy, it's Renee Good, it's Liam Ramos. The images of those three people, I think, has sort of woken America up, but also broken people's brains, because a lot of people did not think that this was the America that they were living in. And so I don't think we go back from this. I think that is the tipping point. I think that was obviously a huge influence on the appropriations vote. I don't think anybody who would like to be able to sleep at night could vote for giving more money to ICE after that. And they know their constituents are thinking that as well.
And when 8 Republicans jump on, something's going on.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot to discuss tonight. We will talk about ICE's latest murder. Then we will talk about Pam Bondi's letter to Minnesota officials holding up the state for ransom to give up the voter rolls, as well as what they're doing in Fulton County, Georgia, and Tulsi Gabbard showing up there. What's the deal with that?
In that hat with the sneaking into the scene. I don't know if we have that photo, but
I might have it somewhere for when we get to it.
Let me tell you, I rather lost my shit today about this matter, because the truth of the deal is the fact that Tulsi Gabbard, the director of national intelligence, y'all, that's foreign intelligence. That's not domestic law enforcement. There is something deeply screwed up here. I noted the presence of Sidney Powell again with Ed Martin, the deputy or the assistant attorney general. Guys, we are about to see a tidal wave of conspiracy theory horseshit come out of the great state of Georgia. And it is insane.
This is not a fun episode. I want it to be fun.
We'll have a little bit of fun. We will have a little bit of fun. We will talk about Melania's movie, which cannot sell any tickets. If you guys will let me expense it, I'll see it, but I'm not spending my own money on it.
Listen, I am super excited to never go to a theater and ever spend any money to see Melania.
You're allowed to sneak into that movie. You can go see another movie and then make that your double feature.
And beyond that, we will talk about TikTok's new ownership, and what that means for its users. But we unfortunately, again, have to start with the story of ICE doing another murder. So on Saturday, ICE killed another protester in Minnesota, this time 37-year-old Alex Preddy. He was an ICU nurse at the VA. The video has circulated widely. He was legally carrying a firearm. He did not aim it at ICE agents. They actually were able to de-arm him before they shot him. And Bovino openly says that we are never learning the identity of the murderer because that would be doxing.
Oh, he would be fucking wrong, by the way.
And he says that he has already gotten the agent out of Minnesota's jurisdiction, aka he put him back on the job. So after this happened, obviously not a good look for ICE. I would like to take a look at how the administration responded.
He also had no ID. This looks like a situation where an individual arrived at the scene to inflict maximum damage on individuals and to kill law enforcement.
The suspect also had 2 loaded magazines and no accessible ID. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement.
You cannot bring a firearm loaded with multiple magazines to any sort of protest that you want. It's that simple. You don't have that right to break the law and incite violence.
They all sound like they're prosecutors doing opening statements before a judge and a jury with these lines.
As the official gun guy of the Lincoln Project,
Lay it on us, Rick.
he was legally carrying. Now, not every state requires you to license your firearm, but Minnesota does. He was legally carrying. He had a concealed carry permit that was valid and legal. He had a permit for the weapon, which is valid and legal. He did not withdraw the weapon from its holster. He did not brandish the weapon. He did not refer to the weapon. He did not threaten to pull the weapon out and shoot anybody. He did not show them the weapon. And he is not obligated under the law to do so. There's a sign here that Kash Patel went to some sort of like strip mall law school, because the Second Amendment is not conditional on how many magazines you carry. Okay? The Second Amendment is not conditional on whether or not you are that ICE doesn't like you, or you look funny at them, or you say bad words to them. This administration has been serially violating constitutional rights and liberties. The First, the Second, the Fourth, the Fifth, the Sixth, the 10th, and the 14th Amendments, just to name a few. And as I've jokingly said a couple of times, I'm shocked they're not insisting we have people in Minnesota quarter the ICE troops in their homes so they can violate the Third Amendment while they're at it. Absolutely nothing about his carriage of that weapon. And I carry a firearm, y'all. I get a lot of death threats, and I have for a decade now. I don't screw around. I've had plenty of people who've done bad things. Now, in Florida, you do not require a concealed carry permit, nor do you require an open carry permit. You can carry open or concealed in Florida, and I do. Mostly concealed, occasionally open. And a lot of you may disagree with firearms. I get it. It's fine. But what we're talking about here right now is, was he following the law? Was the weapon legal? Yes, on 3 different areas. It was a legal weapon for that state. It was a legal concealed carry permit. It was a legal firearm registered in the state. And he was not engaged in any kind of behavior that would have justified, once the gun was taken from him, shooting him 5 times in the back. These guys are cowards. These guys are thugs. These guys are murderers. And I don't want to hear a goddamn word from the Second Amendment Constitution bros. Right to bear will not be infringed. You know what? I actually still fucking believe that. These guys, once Trump says you can't carry the gun, you can't have a gun, now they're like, oh, tread on me harder, daddy.
Well,
Do
unbelievable.
you guys want
as the resident non-gun owner of the Lincoln Project,
go ahead, Matt.
I'm wanting to see a common ground. I've been talking about this because I've been watching people who believe in the Second Amendment, and they are rightfully saying he was all the things that Rick just said. And so I'm saying this can be common ground, because these are people who never thought that the Trump administration would take away their guns. They were always like, oh, it's Kamala Harris. If she gets into office, she's coming for your guns. And now that they see that their rights are about to be infringed upon too, to me, this is the opportunity that everybody can come together and defend the rights of all the people, because the Constitution is supposed to be for all of us. And so I'm like, hey, gun rights folks, I'm ready to reach out to the NRA and be like, hey, that's common ground. Let's get together and figure out how we can save the Constitution, because it's clear that the Trump administration doesn't care about any of the rights that we have.
Do you guys want to take a look at the tape from?
Yep.
Okay, Unfortunately, yet another week and another content warning. What you're about to see is graphic.
The fuck, people? The fuck is wrong with you? Honestly. What did you just do? What the fuck did you just do? What the fuck?
Can we talk for a second about how commonplace it's become just in the last month to see people getting killed on camera? This is not something that in America we're supposed to be used to. It happens in Black communities, right? We've seen plenty of videos of police brutality and killing of Black people, but I think this is a new experience for a lot of Americans, except for people from my mom's generation who very much remembers when white people were gunned down at Kent State. So
yeah.
This is something new. And I think this is what is waking a lot of people up going, oh, they will shoot white people too.
Look, this is a government that is very, very, very clear that they're going to defend public executions. Not judicial executions, public executions by the secret police.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you know, a lot of people were taking the bait with Tom Homan. This person, I'm going to bring the temperature down. We're going to back things off, and we're going to all get. Guys, there's a culture in ICE that was directed from the very top, from Trump and Miller, that has built a murderous organization.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and you know, in a lot of police departments, Maya, there are good cops and bad cops, but with ICE, this entire organization has been basically booted up in the last year.
Mm-hmm.
These guys that are on the street, most of them are brand new. They do not have the discipline or honor.
And they know it's effective, right? To create fear. Hearing Marco Rubio in that clip, the chilling clip where he talked about in Iran, how they've discovered that it's effective to just assassinate protesters. I was like, oh, you could be also talking about your administration as well, right. Marco.
He doesn't. None of these people who are complaining and pointing out, rightly, by the way, no defense of the Iranian regime. That Iranians, mass police are killing people in the streets over political objections to the regime. It's just right now that the Iranians are doing it wholesale and we're doing it retail.
Right. And it's something we want to scale. And Rick, what's shocked me is so often in the last month is when I hear the administration talking about other regimes, I actually do have to do a double take and actually go, wait, was that a statement about something that just happened in the US, or is that a statement about Venezuela, or is that a statement about Iran?
Right. It is. And in the Iranian cases, somebody pointed out to me the other day, you've got a isolated regime, largely run by people who are very old and very crazy, surrounded by enablers who tell them they're never wrong, who are based in a theocratic version that believes their particular religious belief set should govern the country. And as he said to me, as a friend of mine said to me, is the only difference is the headgear. You've got red hats, they've got their dashos or turbans or whatever they are. Okay. This is not, folks, normal. And it's not going to be normal. And I'm not going to go in the abolish the police hole, but ICE needs to be burned to the ground and rebuilt. We need an immigration organization in this country, an immigration function in this country. Mm-hmm. There's no one who thinks that the rare and small number of criminal illegal aliens who are here because they're smugglers or human traffickers or whatever should get any kind of soft treatment. Nobody believes that. But what they've been doing in Minnesota is rounding up people who are simply here seeking asylum or going through the immigration process. And no matter what their status in the process, even if they show up to all their court appearances, they're deporting them. And they're attacking Americans who are protesting this behavior.
Well, not just in Minneapolis, Rick, everywhere.
True.
We already see the numbers coming out of the Cato Institute, of the DHS's own numbers, by the way, as well,
Yeah.
showing that these aren't hardened criminals that they said they were going after.
Right.
So this
5-year-old
mandate that Trump claims to have, they don't actually have. And it's obviously not making us safer. It's not making our neighborhood safer. I'm curious, though, in Florida, because you're in, the deep South. Has
Real
there been
South.
a vibe shift? Has there been a vibe shift over?
Oh, there is a
seeing
massive vibe shift happening in Florida, high and low, as I call it. In North Florida, you are seeing hundreds and hundreds of soybean farmers and peanut farmers and cotton, and feed corn and hogs farmers. All of them are going bankrupt.
I'd forgotten about the
Going
farmers.
bankrupt.
That's,
They have been wiped out by the tariffs. They can't sell their product overseas. A lot of them had big contracts with USAID. That's gone.
who do they blame?
They're starting to blame Donald Trump because there ain't nobody else raising tariffs, and it's not Congress, it's not the Democrats. And it's really, there's like an incumbency wedge now. It's really hard to say, oh, those liberal Democrats are causing all your economic misery, when the Republicans control the White House, the House, the Senate, the Supreme Court, and most of the news media, and most of the, and big business.
Well, and also Trump keeps telling them how great the economy is. So they're also having that cognitive dissonance of him giving the White House speech, Davos speech, saying everything's great. All those polls that say things aren't great those are criminal. They should be criminally prosecuted.
Right. I'm going to sue the Siena poll for putting a poll. Yeah, guys, he sued the Seltzer poll in the 2024 election and got his absolute ass cut off, sliced up for brisket, and handed to him.
Well, while we're on this topic,
that brisket sounds terrible.
While we're on this
the
topic,
worst brisket ever.
I didn't even have this in our sort of original run of show, but it did come up when we were chatting before the show. And there was a moment, I believe earlier today, time is a flat circle, I'm not sure, where Trump came out and basically said, we don't care if young people can buy homes. We just want old people with houses to stay rich.
Oh my God! What? I mean,
let's take a look.
The ads write themselves.
let's
existing housing, people that own their homes. We're going to keep them wealthy. We're going to keep those prices up. We're not going to destroy the value of their homes so that somebody that didn't work very hard can buy a home. We're going to make it easier to buy. We're going to get interest rates down. But I want to protect the people that for the first time in their lives feel good about themselves. They feel like that they're wealthy people. And I want them to understand it. There's so much talk about, we're going to drive housing prices down. I don't want to drive housing prices down. I want to drive housing prices up for people that own their homes. And they can be assured that's what's going to happen.
What is he talking about? For people who didn't work that hard. You hear that? People who can't afford to buy a house.
You slackers.
You just got to work harder.
Do you guys think I don't work hard? Bummer.
So all those young folks who voted for Trump are now like,
there is a lot of clear evidence that Donald Trump is not mentally well.
I was like,
there's a lot of clear evidence that no matter how prepared he may think he is for any given event or day, he's not.
Right.
This is nuts, y'all.
And while Trump is out doing stellar economic messaging, just really getting to work for the people, where people are seeing in front of them is a paramilitary force occupying the streets of American cities. And I just want to show, because unfortunately now we have to do this every week, like just a short reel of a few things that have happened in Minnesota this week, short of murder.
I will tell you this, brother.
What?
I will tell you this. You raise your voice, I raise your voice.
If I raise my voice, you'll erase my...
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
Are you serious? You said if I raise my voice, you'll erase my voice?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
It's not illegal to record.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Why are you taking my information down?
Because we have a nice little database.
Oh, good.
And now you're considered a domestic terrorist. So
We're videotaping you?
We have a
I want
nice
to
little
mention something.
database.
Yeah, you're in the database. You get a database on my boot up your ass, son. I do want to say one thing about Maine. Susan Collins is out running right today saying, I got ice out of Maine. I was, let's put it this way, mistakenly informed today by some consultants from the Republican world who mistakenly put me on a chat. Oops. That Chris LaCivita, the Trump's big political guy, had to beg and plead with Stephen Miller and finally defeated Stephen Miller in single combat to get ICE out of Maine because Susan Collins was like, my pollsters say I will lose my race if these guys are here 5 minutes more.
I'm
So,
sure it'll be
so
10
now
for
we
sure.
know that the ICE actions in the country are for political purposes even more overtly than we did before.
Right. So this goes to why are they doing this other than just for the cruelty? And that brings us to Pam Bondi's letter to Minnesota officials this week saying that
Before we hop to that, Kate, so I actually wanted to jump back to the thing Rick said about farmers real quick, because I actually legitimately had forgotten about the fact that we have other problems in our country.
All right, go ahead.
And I had, and I think that goes to show that this administration doesn't actually care about solving any real problems. And that is what's waking a lot of Americans up. They're looking around and they're saying, wow, there's billions of dollars going into terrorizing our different cities against the will of the constituents in those cities. Like, so, you know, Minneapolis is a sanctuary city, sure, but the people there largely voted for Harris Walz and didn't really see a need for immigration enforcement to come in the way that they have. And so everyone else, now that all eyes are on Minneapolis, I think something around 75 to 80% of people in America had seen the Renee Good video. A lot of people who hadn't been paying attention, including prominent influencers, people in the NBA. The NBA itself has issued statements. And so what we're seeing is a lot of America going, hey, wait a second. You were supposed to bring down grocery prices on day one. You were supposed to make housing affordable. You gave us a list of things that you were going to do that we asked for. Yes, many people asked for mass deportations, but those same people were also asking for affordability. And they're seeing now that none of that is happening. And so, sorry, Kate, I just wanted to jump to that really quickly because honestly, I'd forgotten about the farmers. And I was like, oh shit, yeah, we have other problems that need to be solved. Okay.
Yeah, to say nothing of the Epstein files, but we can't do that right now. So, Pam Bondi sent a letter to Minnesota Governor Tim Walz laying out a list of demands she says Walz must meet if he wants ICE and other federal agents to leave the state. Here are her ransom requirements. Minnesota must hand over Medicaid and SNAP data, repeal local sanctuary policies and fully cooperate with ICE, and give the DOJ access to the state's voter rolls. Anybody have any thoughts?
That's a nice state you got there. It would be a
thoughts.
shame if there was like a fire and something bad happened to it. So maybe you turn over the voter rolls. You know, I mean, not a big deal, right? These
But
are
I thought it
fucking
was about-
monsters.
I thought it was about dangerous criminals roaming the streets of
So
Minneapolis.
I was told that it was only about the worst of the worst.
Yeah, and even
there was
Melania.
no way.
Even Melania, in promoting her film, was like, my husband just wants women to be able to walk the streets without
My
being
husband wants
raped.
the unity, and I want the unity.
So, can someone translate for the layman like what this letter is about? What does it mean to
What
turn
it is they're looking for any win condition they can claim.
Mhm.
They do want to disrupt the 2026 elections, but they're looking for any way to pretend that they had a win. Any way at all to pretend that they had some sort of victory. And that idea of getting the voter rolls is in part to touch both of those hot points. They want to say that all elections are corrupt. They want to say that they got something out of Walz and the government there. Giving them the voter file would be the dumbest possible thing they could do. The alligator never only eats one piece of chicken. It keeps coming up on the dock until you fed it all the chicken, then it eats you.
Well, and they've been trying to get the voter rolls everywhere. They're trying to get the voter rolls in California. I think they're trying to get the voter rolls in Virginia. And so they're becoming more and more obvious about what this is all about. And I actually applaud them for being so bold. And it's making it a lot easier, I think, for the rest of us democracy loving folks to be like, hey, this was never actually about making cities safer. This is about them staying in control. So go ahead, keep asking for dumb shit, Pam.
Yeah.
So how does this relate? How does this relate to what's going on in Georgia with the Fulton County voter rolls?
They're going to find those votes.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're going to find those votes.
Come
now.
hell or high
they're
water.
Gonna, they're going to find those votes no matter what.
They're going to overturn the results.
I found the 11,870 votes. I won. I deserve a third term because they stole my election in 2024. Now I need a third term because I'm the greatest president of all time.
He's going to retroactively make himself the president from.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
For real. 45, 46,
Wait,
47.
do you guys remember back then when they were like, he's going to come August, they were like, he was going to be president again. Those were what all of the like MAGAs were saying at the time. They were like, by August, all of this will be revealed and Trump will be back in office.
Oh, the whole like QAnon universe of election deniers and like the Roger Stones and the Sidney Powells and the Mike Flynn types. They have all these interlocking bullshit conspiracies that sound like they're out of a bad knockoff of a bad Tom Clancy novel from the 1990s.
Mike
The
Lindell,
Italian
the
satellites were in touch with the Chinese hackers who had ninjas go into the counting room and replace the candy with fentanyl. So when the count workers were drugged, they substituted the ballots. Okay.
By the middle of this year, I'm just going to be crying openly on air because it's just getting so insane.
Who could blame you?
Someone in the chat says Rick Wilson has had hair since Abe Lincoln was president. Oh my God, I'm bald? Nobody told me. I'm shocked by your powers of observation. I'm stunned, in fact, by your powers of observation. That I'm bald?
They didn't know that we
How?
were going to do a wig episode.
We'll get to Nicki Minaj when the time.
It's exactly. I was like,
Right.
We will get to Nicki Minaj, but before we do that, why don't we get to TikTok?
You mean this place you can't say the word Epstein?
Yeah, so just days after a group of mainly American investors approved by President Trump took over control of TikTok's US operations, people are sensing a vibe shift. To start, users opened the app this week to find new terms of service they had no choice but to agree to keep using the app, which includes consent for automatic geotagging, even if you disable it from your phone, TikTok's ownership of all your content and likeness to be used for ads, and TikTok can now permanently delete your account without explanation. Some users say the app is censoring and limiting their content, including posts and messages about Jeffrey Epstein and the shooting deaths of U.S. citizens by federal agents in Minneapolis. Prominent accounts such as CNN and the Democrats noticed a precipitous drop-off in engagement in the immediate aftermath of the takeover. A spokesperson for Oracle addressed the temporary algorithm shift, citing a power outage at one of their data centers. Are you guys buying that?
no.
Oh, I think that's so completely plausible that I'm so convinced that suddenly the word Epstein can't be mentioned on the platform because of a power outage. Sure.
How much?
Yep.
Does this include people who have the last name Epstein that aren't talking about Jeffrey Epstein, asking for my ex-husband?
You know, look, I have to
Is
say,
he not allowed to use TikTok anymore?
there are probably several million people in the world named Epstein, and
Yeah, two of my good friends.
seems like it would be a disappointment to them that they couldn't say, "Hey, it's Bob Epstein."
Yeah,
Look, this is now owned by Larry Ellison, who is Oracle, one of Trump's major corporate allies. He's the guy who famously said, we'll surveil you all the time and everybody will be on their best behavior because we'll watch everything you do.
I know that's the America that I had always wanted.
Sure
to
didn't sign up
live
for that
in.
one, did you?
Yeah. Well, and let's remember that the Ellison family also owns Paramount now,
Right.
and,
Which
and
owns
CBS.
CBS, which
It's like,
Barry Weiss has turned into Newsmax Light.
yeah, we have too many billionaires with their hands in our media at this point. Everything is it's starting to feel very state-owned media-ish.
Oh yeah, very
right now.
Pravda.
Yeah.
Maya,
and everyone's
you're-
running to there's a new social media app that people are trying out, on something or another. I don't
Yes.
know. I can't
I'm
do
on it.
another one.
I'm
What
already
is
on
it?
it.
I
It's
can't
the
believe I
hot-
don't know what this is.
It's the hot new app. It's called Upscrolled.
Yes.
Upscrolled. Oh, look.
I have downloaded it. I have an account. I posted on it. Is this going
A
to
million
be the new
people have jumped onto Upscrolled this week. Renee and I are on Upscrolled.
Yes.
We haven't done a lot yet because we've only been on it for 2 days, but I posted a new ad there tonight.
Is it
Somebody asked in
short
the
form
chat.
video?
video.
It's video, also pictures, but when I tried to put
Yeah.
up a video, it wouldn't work. I just posted, is this going to be the new post or is this going to be the new Blue Sky?
I think it's going to be the new.
Post.
I think it wants to be the new TikTok.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Fat chance.
It
When,
didn't- it
when,
didn't
when they tried to take TikTok away from Americans, they literally went to Red Note.
I remember that.
Right, Red Note. Wow, I forgot.
Some
about
people
that
are still
already.
on Red Note.
I just feel like we've lost the plot with, it's all about who controls the narrative now. And it's
Sorry, I'm laughing
really-
because someone says, "I can't believe you weren't invited to the premiere tonight."
Oh, we
Yeah.
have to talk about
As
the
I keep
premiere.
saying, I cannot wait to absolutely never go and ever spend any money to ever watch anything with Melania Trump in it, unless it's a show trial.
Wait, was this
Yeah.
at the Trump Kennedy Center? Is that where the
So the premiere is at the Kennedy Center tonight, but notably on the same day that ICE agents killed Alex Preddy, the CEOs of Apple and Amazon joined Trump at the White House for a private screening of this film about his wife, directed by an alleged sexual abuser who
Not
was seen
alleged.
shirtless in the
No, he-
Epstein files.
I'm so confused as to why we need
There's a lot of
documentary
reporting about Brett
Melania
Ratner
Trump.
out there. He's not a good guy.
What has she done that's notable other than stay with Donald? I just
She's
confused.
Jeffrey
as-
Epstein's sloppy seconds that Epstein handed over to Donald. That's it.
She's his handler. It seems like, if anything, like
I I'm delighted by all the fake movie posters of the thing, and my favorite was a make fuck get green card.
well, all of the Einstein visas are going to OnlyFans.
Epstein.
Yeah,
Epstein visas. Yeah,
Epstein.
you can't say that on TikTok, but it's true.
I know. I was going to say you're getting this entire thing censored. We're not going to be able to be anywhere.
Maya, you're a content creator. Have you noticed any sort of like drop off in your viewership? Because if you take a look at CNN's, the difference, that first picture on the left is what they've had this past week, and the one on the right is what they had before that.
So I had already stopped using TikTok when they started sort of playing around with it. And so I became far less committed because I just didn't trust putting that much energy and effort into it. I did test out whether I could write something about ice in there. And so I posted a picture of my knee rehab wearing my Hyper Ice brace. And I said, the only ice I fuck with is Hyper Ice. And that seemed to do okay. It did not get blocked. I thought maybe it would get blocked. It didn't. So I'm not sure yet, but I guess we'll see.
All right. Well, with that, I want to move on to something positive for once. And that is the launch of our new sister organization. And we're going to bring in Lincoln Project Chief of Staff, Ryan Wiggins, to tell us a little bit more.
Ryan, hi.
Hello. Thanks for having me on your fun little show. I have enjoyed paying attention in the background while I've been typing away and working.
We've been
we're on our
doing
best
our
behavior.
usual cheerful,
Yeah.
sunny,
I'm just saying,
sunny
I'm just saying I'm going to take
ray
a
of
cyanide
fucking
pill when this is
sunshine.
over. But you know what? Good things do happen. And today,
To whom?
very good happened.
To whom?
So today, the Lincoln Project launched a sister organization. It's a 501c4, which means it's a nonprofit. It is going to stay completely out of the candidate space. This nonprofit is going to do all of the hard-hitting stuff that Lincoln does in that candidate and election space, but it's going to do that in the advocacy side. So we're going to be focusing on governance fights. We are going to be focusing on leadership fights. We are going to be holding Trump and his
Democrats to do the right goddamn thing.
Encouraging the Democrats to do the right goddamn thing. We are going to be playing in other areas where we have had people for years asking us to be able to get involved. So today we rolled this out and we did it with a bang. So even though the Hill is still somewhat frozen, mostly frozen, maybe completely frozen, we unleashed a new ad, and it is a great ad from the C4. It is called Absolute Immunity, and you can find it on social. You can find it on our YouTube channel, new YouTube channel, and that is at Lincoln Project Advocacy. And yeah, good stuff. So tonight, that billboard truck we couldn't get close to the Kennedy Center because they blocked down all the streets for security. I don't know who they think are coming to that premiere, but we couldn't get close to it. What we are doing instead is taking the billboard truck with a still that the lovely Kate created based on that horrid, horrid photo of Pretty getting capped in the head. And that is going on a billboard truck right outside of the after party at Don Jr.'s club tonight. So we have
And
a
of course,
billboard
this is
truck today.
also, the ad's also targeting members of Congress.
I was
and the
just going to
Democrats.
say that. So it was targeted today.
Digital.
It's up digitally, and it's a contagion. So what we've done is we put it on the Hill, and we have said, if your phone is anywhere near a phone that has this on it, you now have it. And anywhere you go, any phone that's around you is also going to have the ad. So it's on Capitol Hill. It's at the White House. It's hitting national media. It's also tonight getting geofenced at the Kennedy Center, inside the Kennedy Center, with the same contagion. So it should be a fun night. We are back to doing our fun shenanigans and getting under his skin, and we are making tonight about Kristi Noem and less about Melania, which, you know, is kind of my favorite thing. Let's get a girl cat fight going in the administration.
I was going to say, it's definitely going to piss Melania off. Do we have can we see it? Do we?
Yeah.
Oh, we
As
do
my
have
daughter,
it.
as my daughter said this morning, she goes, when Kristi Noem's trial comes, she should be sentenced to go back to looking like she used to.
Why don't we share the ad?
Yes,
Let's
let's do
Let's
that.
do that.
Yeah.
These weren't just murders. They were executions. Renee Nicole Good and Alex Pretty were slaughtered by ICE agents. Not for posing a threat, but for believing in something. ICE agents terrorizing yet another American city. Unqualified, unaccountable, violent, masked, protected by Stephen Miller and Kristi Noem, enabled by J.D. Vance.
That's a federal issue. That guy is protected by absolute immunity. He was doing his job.
MAGA is cheering their murder. They're bragging that ICE shot a mom of 3 in the face and executed a VA nurse. Fox is smearing them.
If he's armed and they knew he was armed, it was imperative for them to take him down.
Lying and laughing about their death.
Oh my God.
We've lost 2 American citizens. But if we don't stop Trump and MAGA in 2026, we'll lose more than innocent lives. We'll lose America.
So there's a big anti-Trump rally tomorrow, and the billboard truck is also going to go to that. It's in DC tomorrow, and our billboard truck will be there playing this ad and also have the still on the back. So we're back in their faces. We are keeping them accountable. We're making sure that the Democrats don't cave, that today they did great. And we're really excited. It's going to be, I mean, this is just another tool in our armor. It is another warship that we have launched, and we are building quite a fleet. So I'm very, very excited about this. It's going to be wonderful and give us the ability to expand way beyond election.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
incredibly powerful ad as well. And I think holding their feet to the fire about what they're doing to America. And
Yep.
again, visual of it, when people see it, and everybody has seen it and they see it over and over again, but seeing it pieced together that way is incredibly powerful and will hopefully sear that into the brains of the people who are supposed to be leading
Yeah, this is what we're hoping for. So if you love what the Lincoln Project does, you're also going to love what Lincoln Project Advocacy does. Go on Twitter, give us a follow. We're also on Instagram. On both of those, we are at LP Advocacy. There it is on the bottom of the screen. Thank you, Kate. And give us a follow. And again, we will be doing ads and all kinds of stuff from that platform as well. They will just be in a different space. So, yay!
It's actually one of these areas where our candidate work at Lincoln Project is so good and so involved this year that having the separate organization built into the same creative DNA is really important. And having it built out as quickly as we built it out. We've had a C4 before. It was a think tank, though. It was a research part, and we've got that. All that's, our research system is built now. So this is actually an outside advocacy wing that is going to be very helpful, and it's going to go after the things that disturb and distress Donald Trump and his people.
Yep.
So
it's going to be good, and it is, and it's going to come hard. I mean, this is going to go very, very hard. The idea here is to make them uncomfortable, whether them is Democrats who are thinking about, well, I mean, how bad if they give us these concessions, or if it's Republicans and MAGA and Kristi Noem and all of cabinet. So this is going to be great. We're very excited. We have been listening to you guys ask for this for years. Now we've got it. So yay.
Well, and it's a perfect time because
it
even
is.
Schumer is swearing now, dropping F-bombs. So he's ready to be spoken to,
Yep. It's time. It's time. And so this is going to be great. And if he's going to build himself a golden fleet, I'm going to build myself a pirate fleet. And we've got a good one going. So thank you for letting me come on and talk about it and promote it.
Well, we're look, folks, this 11 months ahead, January is over almost, which just blows my damn mind. We've got really 10 and a half months to go here, folks, between today and election day. And we've got to race very hard, very fast on all these different fronts. And you can see and feel it in the MAGA world right now. They know the crack up is coming. It's like these guys trolling in the chat tonight. Listen, first off, I'm sorry about your tiny penises. Okay, I'm sorry. I know your wife is discontent, and I know that causes you a lot of lashing out to people. I get it. I feel for you. But they also know that the MAGA movement is dying. Trump is dying. Trump has his weird scabby claws that used to be hands, his giant swollen feet. He's going to wake up dead one morning. That the clock is ticking. And once he goes, no amount of Fox News bullshit and no amount of Elon Musk's Nazi drag bar is going to save you. He's dying. MAGA knows this thing is on the downhill slope. It doesn't mean he's not dangerous. It doesn't mean he won't do things that harm this country deeply and profoundly. It doesn't mean he won't do things that are cruel and capricious and illegal and corrupt. But what it does mean is that the battlefield is lining up to blow them the hell out in November. 29 Republicans as of today have resigned from the House. They're not running. There's a reason they're not running. They're not running because they know that the world that they built for the last decade is collapsing around them. They're not running because they know that Donald Trump's polling numbers are so horrible now on the big issues they cared about. On inflation, he's 15 points under. On immigration, he's 20 points negative. On the economy overall, he's 26 points negative. You know what Trump's positive on right now? Not a single issue in the top cluster. Not a single one. Voters hate Donald Trump. And presidents govern with the consent of the governed. Donald Trump likes to claim a mandate. But you know what? He didn't win a mandate. He won a narrow race.
Well, he also won by...
He is governed like a moron. And this country is done with him. We're going to make sure that we put the last dirt on his political grave.
Yeah, no, 100%, Rick. And the mandate that he had was based on him distancing himself from Project 2025. And I think now what I'm so happy about is to see so many people, the American people, almost like we have a second wind right now. And it's like reinforcements are coming by having so many people speak up who haven't spoken up before. A lot of us who have been begging and pleading are sort of apolitical. I don't like to talk about politics, friends and family. We've been begging them to get involved because so many of us have been exhausted. And what I'm seeing, unfortunately, due to all of the brutality, that brutality is bringing people together and getting people to speak up. And so it provides that sort of light at the end of the tunnel. This whole, both sides were the same, and it doesn't matter who wins. People can now see that both sides were not the same, and that the future that we choose for ourselves is going to be the future that we are willing to get out and advocate and vote for. And so I, despite it being January and already being a little bit exhausted, I am renewed in my faith that we're going to fight this battle, and we're going to win this battle when it comes down to it, because people now recognize, if we lose, this means big detention centers, changing warehouses into detention centers, and having people concentrated, if you will, in our neighborhoods.
Into some sort of camp, perhaps?
Right. And all of that stuff sounded crazy before. Nobody would believe that because it does sound crazy. But now people are seeing the reality of it actually happening. And they're going, oh, wow, Trump 2.0 really is as bad as everybody was warning us about. It wasn't a Chicken Little sort of situation. The sky actually is falling. And so, hey, it sucks. I didn't want people to have to experience this or to have this sort of rock bottom. I would have loved for January 6th to have been the thing that gets said, oh yeah, we never want to do that again. And so I'm oddly hopeful now that we're starting to see the worst of the worst and how bad it will get, and seeing Republicans start to back off and back away from Trump right now is a sign that it is working, that what the American people stand for, our Constitution, that common ground that we have is what's bringing us together. So I don't know. I'm feeling hopeful, guys. But I was
I'll
also
tell you what,
feeling
Minneapolis
hopeful.
did that to me. I mean, watching Minneapolis, watching the people hit the streets in like negative 20 degrees. Okay. Like it's talking about wind chills here of 3 this weekend, and I'm not going to step my big toe outside. Okay. Negative 20 degrees. They took to the streets and they forced change. And that's what it takes, you guys. I mean, I have people asking me all the time, what can I do? How can I get involved? I'm so angry. I'm so angry. Go join a protest. The only way you can fix this right now is to give of your money, give of your time, give of your talents. That is how you fix it. There is no other silver bullet. That's how you do it. And we saw Minnesota do that. They gave of their time. They gave of their energy. They put their anger and their rage and their heartbreak and their grief into something so positive that the entire country got to see. And that is the hope that you're living off of right now, Maya. Is because you got to see the people make a difference. And the people can make a difference.
Yes. Thank you, Minnesota.
Thank you, Minnesota.
Thank you, Minnesota. Somebody said, oh, y'all sound crazy. If you don't feel crazy from this, if you think you're living in a little bubble of, I'm just a Trump guy, I'm going to own the libs. I can't imagine what you're going to feel November. It's going to be delicious. It's going to be delicious.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, the Constitution, it matters. We have founding documents for a reason. So to act like people are crazy because they believe in the Constitution and they respect the Constitution and they understand that the reason we have law and order is to actually create a society where we can all thrive. So I'm just going to guess that it's a bot or a stupid person that would say.
Listen, I'm going to guess that the handful of trolls here tonight, as they say, they're not sending their best.
No, they never do. In fairness, they actually might be.
Point taken. All right, is it time for the lightning round, Kate?
It is time for the lightning round. Ryan, I will invite you to stick around if you would like to.
No, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to go eat something.
All right.
Bye, y'all. Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan. All right.
Hey, I love the lightning round.
Well, Maya, the lightning round tonight is about us because we both got a heartfelt apology from one Kanye West.
Jesus.
Kanye West took out a full page. Was it in the Wall Street Journal?
It was.
In the Wall Street Journal.
Journal. What an interesting choice.
Right. Would New York Times not take it?
Probably not. Washington Post might have, but anyway, he put it in the Wall Street Journal, and it was an open letter to all those he has hurt while he has been off his meds, especially Jewish people and Black people. So I'm feeling good today. I don't know about you, Maya.
I mean, I was hoping for a somewhat personal apology from Kanye. I have been from the suburbs of Chicago. I was a huge Kanye West fan. And so seeing his downfall, I believe, to me, ever since he said George Bush doesn't care about Black people, things just went south for him. I'm very convinced that they sent the Kardashians. I have a whole, I call it my Kanye-spiracy, and I'm absolutely sure that they sent in the Kardashians to destroy that man.
So this got precipitated in part because of a bunch of right-wing influencers, including Nick Fuentes and Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate and Sneeko and a bunch of these other weirdos dancing in this Miami club to Heil Hitler, the last big Kanye hit song. I don't think it was a hit. I can't say it was a hit. But Andrew Tate, here's the greatest part of this. Andrew Tate, the sex trafficker, racist, misogynist, weirdo, dipshit guy who holds women captive in his Romanian sex dungeon, apologized for their dancing to Heil Hitler. And the most beautiful thing on social media is watching the right-wing groypers tear him to pieces. I'm like, this is a group of rats in a bucket, and they will always eat each other in the end.
100%. And actually, Andrew Tate, I didn't know this. Apparently he's biracial. Like, he's half Black.
Yes.
Apparently,
Yeah.
which is,
Yeah.
but so is
Good luck
Alex
with that.
Karp.
Good luck
from
with that
Ballinger.
master race there, Chief. See how that works out for you. In the end, they will destroy you too, pal.
Well, guys,
one more thing about the Kanye
Bring
thing.
back the Whispers
please.
ads. Okay, I'll make the
Remember that when the House Republicans, the judiciary, put out that tweet, Kanye, Elon
Trump. Kanye, Elon, Trump.
I'm still.
How's that working out for you guys?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, continue. Sorry.
Well, when one door closes, another door opens.
And that door is
Nicki Minaj has fallen.
I was going to say, and in walks Nicki Minaj.
And in walks Nicki Minaj, indeed.
Big Lou.
Yeah. Maya and I were having a completely separate, unrelated conversation about wigs. And it was so well timed where I just sent the screenshot of the close-up of her like very visible crusty lace.
Yes.
And I was like, what else do we have to say? Like what else is there?
Is it hard wig, soft life, or soft
Hard wig, soft life, yeah.
When I saw that clip, so she was appearing with Trump for the Trump accounts, which on its face, they seem like, okay, we'll give all babies an account, we'll put money in it, they'll be able to invest it just like almost like little baby 401ks. And so Dell is putting money into it. And Nicki Minaj, apparently, even though she's not rich, like he like basically insulted her her level of wealth, and so she's going to give money to her fans. But when she walked out on stage, I saw it as it was happening, and I knew it was C-SPAN, so I knew it was real. And that moment happened where I was like, is this a fucking simulation? Like
the two of them were up there on that stage having a big off. Two big people,
and she was
looking big as hell.
She was
holding
his his cancerous paw.
Melania won't even hold his hand like that. Like, what is happening?
Holding hand is 10,000 per minute extra, Donald.
Yeah, I'll leave us with one more Trump-related item for the lightning round, and that is the excerpt from his Time Magazine interview this week, where he was talking about his dad, and when he lost his dad, and he could not remember the word for Alzheimer's. He said, "My dad has," and then he started pointing to his forehead. He had this.
I suspect this may be what we call a tell.
Well, including the
Couldn't happen to you, Donald.
Well, speaking of tells, him claiming that Ilhan Omar's attempted attack, who, by the way, the DOJ is now investigating, is arrested, is charged with something or another, that was set up, that was fake. Which, by the way,
right, when even the Trump DOJ says, "Hey, there's something here."
Yeah. Which, by the way, that makes 2 lawmakers who were attacked in the last week, because at Sundance, Maxwell Frost was attacked by a Trump supporter who said he was going to get deported, but Maxwell Frost is from Orlando.
From Orlando,
so,
yeah, he's from Orange County. So I'm guessing
Disney or Epcot. Or
right, it's Disney. I think Epcot is in Seminole County, but I don't know. Whatever. Long story short, he's from Florida. And, we were talking about Florida earlier, and I meant to mention one other thing. In South Florida, it is finally coming home, that ICE is deporting Cubans now that are here on TPS, and Venezuelans who are here on TPS, and nothing has yet changed in those countries. And suddenly these Cuban elected officials are like, wait, what? That's not me. I'm not doing, wait, what? No way. No. Trump would never. And it's real. And it's why there's a Democratic mayor in Miami right now for the first time in 31 years.
Well, yeah, because that TPS status, I think, was in February that it expires for Venezuelans.
Correct. 335,000 Cubans and Venezuelans about to go.
Well, and here, Venezuela is not exactly the picture of stability right now.
No. All right, Kate's giving me the lightning round look.
Oh, we gotta go. Sorry.
No. That was my last item, but you guys just reminded me of 900 other things that I didn't put on the list. It's really been a long week.
It's been a long week.
It's been a long decade.
I think that those are hopeful notes to end on. Trump is getting old, and Miami Cubans are starting to catch on.
Right, Miami Cubans
before we go, can I share my theory about Trump's bruises?
Yeah.
I love new theories.
I've been having so much fun coming up with my own theories, my own conspiracy theories.
Let me get my tinfoil.
What if his hand bruise is like Pinocchio's nose? Like, what if every time he lies, like a little blood cell dies? Like, what if it's some sort of reveal tell?
What if it's a hand of glory? The classic thing from English folklore, where if you took the hand of a hanged man and soaked it in wax and turned it into a candle, it had necromantic superpowers.
You are so knowledgeable, Rick. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
How do you know everything? I like yours better.
Books.
All right. Well, if one of the cells in Trump's body dies every time he lies, then we're moving and shaking.
Look, this is, sometimes I watch Trump on TV and I think of it's like the beginning of a zombie movie. The zombie movies, in the beginning of all zombie movies, it's like a trope where people are going through their ordinary life, and in the background it's like, police say someone was bitten in a crowd and then violence erupted. And you see the apocalypse starting to happen behind you, but you're too busy microwaving popcorn or something. Every time I see Trump on TV, I have that same kind of vibe, like the world is burning down, and there he is once again, I received the FIFA Peace Prize. It was a very, very important, very special prize. All of it.
Yeah, he put out a long thing about the ballroom this week, in the middle of all this ICE shit. He was just and by the way, it looks amazing.
Ballroom. It's so beautiful.
I can't.
No one's ever seen presidents have lived in this ballroom for 1,000 years.
Can we start a ticker for or some sort of thing for tracking when we think he's going to die? Is there some sort of
he's going to live to be 100?
No.
There's two options.
No.
It's either the next 3 months, or he's going to live to be 105, and he'll be down in Mar-a-Lago in a hover wheelchair, being ready for Elon to upload him into the cloud. Grok is now Trump. Trump is Grok.
I was like, not if my crystals and my sound bowls have anything to do with it. I will meditate. I will literally just walk off into a forest and I will sit and meditate under a tree a la Siddhartha. If I can just putting it out there. Speaking it into existence. I'm just trying to
Yes, manifesting a final lightning bolt.
Everyone say your affirmations this week, and we will see you back here next week.
All right.
Who knows
Let's
what
hope
horrible things await
spend
us.
more time assassinating American citizens this week. That'd be nice.
Please.
Let's have a peaceful week. Peaceful week. Peaceful week.
Peaceful week.
Peaceful
We'll
week,
see you
please.
next time.
Bye, y'all.